getting that Juggernaut. You know,
Hell yeah.
He's pumped up and ready to play this, and he's ready to look for first blood as they're in with the roll forward in the Blade Fury.
He should have
Looking to get this kill. They'll get this, and they're able to give it to Arme.
They give it XM.
Okay,
just as good. Actually, just better.
It actually is better. Arme, if he could have got that, he would have taken it.
This game is going to be all chaos, I feel like, from XG. I already see the plan. We saw Malrine do this the other day. I'll comment on it. They're going to kill the creep. Look at the positioning. Primal Beast. He's got the boots. He's got the blood grenade. He's ready to cut the creep wave level 1.
Okay.
So we saw Malrine, Falcons do this with some kind of weird type of play where they cut it. They ended up doing these weird lane swaps. It was a Bristle mid, then they swapped things up. For this one, I think it's more that they want to just let the Earth Spirit play his own game, since it's a 4 Earth Spirit that we don't really see too often. So let's see how it ends up going. Because I also think PARIVISION, they were expecting this. Everybody tipped XXS at the start of the game, and they drew a circle around the top side of the map, expecting him to probably go for this.
Whoa.
But let's see if they expect this.
They might get another kill here as they're over towards Dakalis. They will. He's got nowhere to run. Can they get the deny? They can't. XXS gets the kill. 2 kills to start this game off his Xtreme.
And now maybe he doesn't cut the creep wave because he got that first blood. All right, well, because he got that secondary kill that he wasn't playing toward there. I mean, he can go for the boots, he can go for the windlace anyway. So let's see how these lanes end up going down. That XM, he's gone for the Shadow Strike level 1. You rarely see this picked up. He's trying to win his lane. He's trying to dominate it. Used to be a counter versus the Storm Spirit. The Quap used to be one of those best matchups versus him. But as we've said multiple times, Storm has changed throughout time, being able to send your remnants out.
And overall...
What's that?
What has it ended up looking like for the Jug? Has this ended up looking like a good Jug game, or are there going to be issues?
There's definitely going to be issues because there's a crapload of summons and ways to play around this Omni Slash. There's also a very tanky DK. So high armor DK, they have Shadow Realm in order to juke around it, then they have Spiders, and they have Chen summons. So there's quite a few things that Ame might have to just pierce through in order to actually get a decent Omni Slash, but there's no BKB piercing disable. So if he spins, he TPs,
spin TP.
He's gone in most situations. So we'll have to see how it all ends up working out. We already have a very interesting lane position coming out over here. And talking about PARIVISION, they've got extreme comfort, right? Dakalis is playing
nothing crazy about that.
No, he's playing his best hero probably. No one is playing his best hero. And just across the board, yeah. Pretty much everybody playing some of their best.
And what do you make of the support duo from Xtreme? The Lich Spirit support. These two heroes in this sort of capacity, we don't get them that much, right?
No. The Lich with the Juggernaut is always going to be great for that.
It's classic.
It's a classic, right? It's been since 2004, back when I used to play, of course, back when it first existed. Just kidding, it didn't exist back then. But
Lich
yeah.
didn't.
No, they did. Actually, I think both of them maybe did exist in when they first got. Oh, and I actually think
these heroes must have been in.
I think they got added. Yeah, I think they got added 04 or 05. I can't remember. Either way, this is a very classic lane, super strong lane duo in the past. Of course, Jug just not as good anymore inside that laning phase because Spin is just underwhelming. Yeah, let's see how they end up doing, because it is a strong lane that's coming out from PARIVISION. Broodmother able to sustain very nicely nowadays versus most of these, since you've got this innate. You just get constant heal from killing creeps, and my goodness, this creep manipulation is still continuing to go on up here.
Do you think heroes like Jug kind of are not good at the moment just because of kind of number nerfs? Or is there also the idea that just conceptually what the hero does over time in Dota 2 as like a general landscape is just worse because people have got better?
I think there's more. I think it's both.
Yeah.
To be honest.
You know what I mean? When you like just think on a base level of what the hero does, how his spells work, you know what I mean? Like against today's average player, is it worse? I
think people have gotten better. The spells obviously got nerfed. And also, I always mention it when I see Jug. Omni Slash, I don't know why, it's a 2-minute cooldown with 0 ways to buff it. His talents, nothing amplifies Omni Slash until you get, like, level 20. Yeah, okay, duelist damage at 10. Fine. That actually buffs it up a bit too. But a 2-minute cooldown on your carry.
And that's the thing as well, because Arme, when he's been playing his Jug, he doesn't like to go the Aghanims build, does he?
No, never. Literally never. I don't think I've ever seen him do it, actually. So he goes a bit of a different route. And another thing I would say is he's a melee carry, which I think in most situations that we've seen in this patch, melee carries can really struggle unless you're like Alchemist or DK, who's not really a traditional melee carry, because it turns into ranged.
I mean, maybe I'm having a complete brain fart, but
what's that?
Are there any good melee agi carries? You got to check the hero list yourself, and it melee. No, not really, right?
Monkey King.
Monkey King. But he's not really ranked.
He
cheats. He's cheating. He's a fake melee character.
Yeah, I think
outside that,
Monkey King is by far I would say the best.
There really isn't, right? The rest aren't
and the other ones are kind of like hybrids. The ones that you would say can kind of be like these ranged, or sorry, melee.
You know what I mean? Melee agi carries are
But it's been like that for a while.
Yeah,
that's what everybody said when that's what everybody said when like the
Under
facets
attack.
got added and when everybody was going like the strengthy cores.
Yep.
We're still seeing a little bit of that. And talking a bit more about these lanes, Storm is doing quite well in the mid matchup. I saw the Chan for PARIVISION Ducalis was sending creeps to actually mana burn the Queen of Pain. Now the lane gets harder. 2 points in Shadow Strike becomes more difficult. No one. He's jungling a bit more. And PYW is just stalking him. So XXS, it's just creep manipulation. The Earth Spirit's lingering around the mid lane. So some funny things going on here. That does mean that the DK is going to have free fall. But XXS, he's maximizing. So isn't going to be going for kills. He's just pulling into neutral camps as we've seen Malrine in particular popularize the most. He's level 5, so he's going to have a very, very good start and very good timing for his items. Phase boots are pretty much done.
And can they mess with him? Or is it just Crystallis doesn't want to
charge.
just step away from the creeps?
Yeah, he can just charge away as well. Chen is one of those heroes that you don't really threaten the Primal Beast in the lane. In the game, yes, you'll be able to do some annoying things with your heals as mid. XM blinks forward, it's a long cooldown. Roll forward as well.
Gonna go straight in to try and find no one. They will get him. And XM, he'll get out. So they get away with the dive there. Very nicely done by Xtreme.
XXS just charges over to grab the wave, and he should be okay. PYW is one of those Earth Spirit players. He has, I think, traditionally always played it, even though we don't see it as much in that ever in the 4 position because how busted it is inside of the mid lane at the moment. He actually went for Resonance too, which is a bit interesting to point out. I thought maybe he does the Stepping Stone, even though we see nobody do it. Cool. And he's got Urn already, so pretty good timing that he's been able to get this pickup, which used to be the traditional. Yeah, this will be cool, as we said. For the side of Xtreme, they're kind of being a little bit chaotic in this game, but chaos is kind of the way you want to play when you're already out. DM should be fun here. Actually throws the blood grenade onto him. Very aggressive from PYW. He'll be okay. Tower, getting some good pressure. Ame, he's gonna, I can say his build if you'd like to.
Same build.
He's gonna do Treads, Null, Windlace, Mjolnir. Insert SNY or Mantle, whichever one he feels. And then I think he goes Scotty most of the game, too, or Butterfly. It's one
normally SNY. Did he do a Manta?
I think he's almost always done the SNY.
Yeah, I feel like he always does SNY. But maybe he's going to change up the build today.
Maybe. I don't think so, but maybe. Trying to get aggro onto DM. Very difficult to do so. So other thing to point out is Healing Ward overall playing versus Willow. Can be difficult to use as no one. He's got 7.
He's not got a lot of mana.
Can XM commit for this? He's got the wave. Gonna throw it.
Wave. Worth a shot, but yeah, no one knew exactly where to walk, so he didn't get caught.
It's a pretty long cooldown, 100 seconds wasted. Does push him away. Can PYW find a snipe? No one. Still has mana to work with.
Yeah,
and he should be fine.
Yeah, the cooldown's too long at the moment for the Earth Spirit, so PYW can't chase.
Wisdom runes, because PYW is chasing a Storm Spirit, it was snatched. So Ducalis was able to walk over one and take that one away, so they will be able to get that extra XP. But right now, 3-0. You know, a pretty damn good laning start here for the side of Xtreme, even though they do sacrifice the Wisdom and will be behind in the XP department. Tianming. How did he end up here? Guess he was trying to make an aggressive move, but
I guess XXS was level 7. He's pretty strong, so maybe indeed wanted to join together to make a play, but
it's a DK lane. That's not an easy hero.
Those two heroes aren't killing a DK.
No, and Ame, he's pretty fragile at this point. He is having good farm at the moment, but as we've always said for Jug, your HP is very low early on. Versus that DK in particular, you see Crystallis is sitting at a hefty 1500 HP on Strength Treads. The Jug sitting at, what, 1100? Tower push is going to come. This is the way PARIVISION is going to play. They're going to play super fast. These buildings are going to be a big problem for Xtreme to defend once that ball starts coming out from the Chen and the Broodmother. And the DK. They have great ways to pressure these early towers on the side of PARIVISION, even if their lanes didn't go as, you know, amazing as they had hoped for. It's a very strong draft that they've drafted in conjunction. How long for Sonic Wave? It's going to be back up. I'm glad to see XM playing the Queen of Pain, though. I know Lacoste was saying that he's been hoping for it and asking for it for multiple of these games. That's pretty good this game.
Oh. They're going to try for him.
He's got no help.
That's true. Nobody's coming over.
Literally.
Okay. Wait, with TP's on cooldown or what?
No one has him. Brood's not going to TP. Chen doesn't want to TP up there to help. The two that can didn't have him available.
Would they have been on cooldown? Let's hope for their sake there would have been, because that's definitely going to be a moment where Chris is like, team?
But his team is making their own moves though, right? They're probably telling him, what are you doing up there, right? That's the other thing. They're like, we're going to be pushing the mid lane. Why is my DK up there? Because they take these towers so fast. That's the kind of nature of their draft, is just, yeah, pressuring these buildings super early on.
Radiant's middle tower
XG will be able to get this tower, but as we said, these two supports are going to be very level starved on the side of Xtreme. Lich still level 4, PYW as well. See how they're going to be able to team fight without the two of them. They do have good team fight from the Primal and the Quap, so even if they are a bit under-leveled, it's, you know, not the worst case scenario, but we'll see what they can actually contribute, because, you know, 4th Horror Spirit just not played at the moment. You want to be able to get Magnetize on as early as possible. You want to be able to get your strength gain, you know, get those high levels, get your Blade Mail. So we don't really see it picked in this position very often, if ever.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Last person I think saw, I mean, I'd have to check, but I can't even remember the last tournament. I think maybe Crit played it at some tournament at some point. But
under attack.
I'd have to actually check. Because he's playing Crit. I've seen Crit played a couple times in the pubs. And let's see if the Vessel, you know, the Vessel build in particular, since it's the only real way that it feels you can play the Air Spirit, how much it's going to pay off versus DK, Chen, and Broodmother. It's catch mid. Oh, it's a
very nice catch there, the setup between the two of them. It's a lot of lockdown between the Vortex and the Fear.
A perfect catch. I mean, PARIVISION is just going to approach this game very standard, while for XG they have to play a little bit wild, since they do have this unorthodox carry in particular, and unorthodox 4 position.
It's just...
doesn't feel like
any of these sort of Mione carries. Well, whilst there are definitely ones in the patch that do work out, it's just always such a long window at the start in which you can't do a whole lot.
Yeah. PYW, he'll get... I mean, this tier 2 is going to drop. I think this game's going to accelerate really fast.
Because what are the other carries this patch that do rush Mione?
Nature's Prophet.
And Nature's Prophet...
But he fights early because he can just use Wrath of Nature and join whenever he wants.
Exactly. You can do a lot on the build-up. Jug, you don't want to turn up to anything before you have this.
Who else is the Mjolnir? It was the Muerta carries in some of the positions, right? That
sure,
was
and
the
that
other
one you can turn up. I think it's much easier, right, to use an early kind of Muerta or ult, or you use your other spells in a team fight, right? Yeah. Jug is like, you got to have that item before you do anything. But it takes a long time to get that item.
And even when you have it, yeah.
You're still a Jug.
You're still a Jug. And you're playing into tough. Brood Summons, Chen creeps, Dark Willow who can use Realm, just Storm who can zip out of your Omni Slash, and the DK who's just innately tank. It actually feels like all 5 heroes are very good versus Juggernaut, to be completely honest with you.
I mean, the thing is, you got to imagine, right, within the next 24 hours when we get this patch, if there is indeed
Jug buff, baby.
Change, Jug's got to be seeing some buffs.
Please, at least a talent. I want, to be honest, what I want to see is a talent that reduces a cooldown, or an innate that makes maybe his Omni Slash just a bit more usable, or just Omni Slash buff, period. Something just needs to be there. The 15 talent is the one I hate the most, but...
Oh, here we go.
Can they get a flank here? They want to try to break up the group up that PARIVISION is going for, so trying to get some pickoffs. Oh, Fear. It's going to connect.
Yeah, this isn't gone as they'd hoped. I mean, Xtreme's coming in from the side with the Sonic Wave out on 2 of them.
Big heals.
And God's popped and no one moves straight into PYW. XXS has to grab on towards him, but he has no follow-up damage. He's dead as well.
This is going to be so rough, Owen.
Maybe the Jug can carry. Well, actually, he's dying.
He is dying to the DK.
Never mind. Forget that. Scratch that. He can't.
Hey, PARIVISION can just approach this game, as we said, in a very normal manner. You can see XG already maybe feeling a bit desperate to look for some type of fight to break them up, but the heals are there. Everybody's alive, and they have natural counters.
I'm watching on the minimap what happened top. So I was just able to walk up from the tree line
and stun him.
And get the stun, and then just chase him down.
And that's the problem with the squishy Jug. You just die in a couple hits. Yeah, this one does feel like it's gonna... It could end pretty fast. The tier 2's bottom is already taken out. Tier 2 mid is probably likely to die too with the group up.
I think that was with like, I think he dropped the WTF there. Like, what?
Yeah.
Just casually killing the carry.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do, Owen? Lich, still level 5. Earth Spirit, also still level 5. Can they get their Wisdom Rune this time around? And is it gonna matter? Because, you know, we were talking about Omni Slash being countered. Chain Frost also feels like it's going to be completely worthless this game versus all the summons.
Yeah, they really did choose like the 2 RNG ultimates, didn't they? You know?
Yeah.
Omni Slash and Chain Frost. It's basically the magic and the physical.
The Wisdom Rune.
Of each of those spells.
PYW, he really wants his 6. They're bringing more. Bringing Ame. he will be able to secure that Wisdom Rune for his buddies to get that level 6. But as soon as they get it, Owen, the pipe's online for the Brood already. And XXS... looks like Nightclass maybe is going to give up his life. Very likely.
It's a nice fear, but he's only onto the one of them.
Pipe.
Barriers are coming in Xtreme. He has to pop the Sonic Wave to get the kill. They get the grab on the Spider. DM's pretty deep here underneath the 5 of them, so they're getting him as well.
These are good kills.
Arme, he gets the kill on that. Bit of gold for him.
Yep, very good kills that they're able to set up. If you're able to split PARIVISION's ball up, that's very necessary for you to get these type of trade kills, or good kills. Can they get a tower out of it? It looks like they should.
There we go, a little bit of a kickback.
A little bit.
Xtreme.
And XXS, I mean, his timing on BKB is going to be pretty decent. And we were mentioning the lack of BKB piercing disables. So if he is able to get a grab onto some of these targets, they will be full lockdown. But in the meanwhile, even though they are getting these kills, we're seeing that DK, level 12. He's top of the net worth. His timings, they're going to be hit. That 15 to 17 minute that we talked about multiple different times. Be able to get that BKB and join in every single one of the fights. And he's got the auras, so he's going to have the Solar Crest that we see Ducalis has picked up this time. Seen that these Chens vary a little bit with their builds, but that pipe in the drum is already finished up for the Brood.
No, that's true. They're not going to have anything to protect the Juggrat and Xtreme, apart from the Frost Shield, the level 1 Frost Shield. That's it, right? There's no other spells, no other items.
Yeah, he can just, I mean, he can spin TP and get out of some situations or farm very aggressively, but
I mean, he's only got 1100 HP.
That is true. He could just die in the right clicks while spin TPing. That is very true. God, this hero's strength gain is just miserable.
It's negative.
2.0. It's very low.
He's nearly got his, nearly got the Hyperstone. The road to the Mjolnir is nearly complete.
Can XM get the rune? He cannot. No one will find not only a dig up of the water rune with his shovel, finds himself an arcane rune, and he's got the shard at the ready. So his damage, it's going to be pretty explosive upcoming in that next fight too. XG trying to finish the timing. They've got the BKB on XXS, and then trying to finish up that Mjolnir to be able to find a fight together. But PARIVISION feels like they're very much so chilling. DK, as we said, finishing up the BKB before he wants to get involved with the team, but the rest of them playing very aggressive as they dive forward. Top Ame gets the spin.
The moment it will save.
If he gets caught by any disable, though.
Yeah, if they get like the vortex in there, he will die 100%. So has to be very prepared for these sort of jumps when he's farming. Out here, this deep onto PARIVISION side of the map.
100 gold.
Radiant's
still
top
only level 11.
is under attack.
Christos is almost level 15.
I mean, that's the DK,
that's
right?
The DK
farms that fast.
Free Battle Fury, baby.
You literally have your Battle Fury or your Mjolnir, whatever you want to call it, your farming stimulant built in, as opposed to these heroes who had to spend, as we see, well, the opening 17 minutes of this game, farming to buy the item that's going to really allow their farm to kind of hit the same pace as the DK.
And look at, I mean, I just keep looking at the HP pool. 1400 Jug with a Pupil's Gift, so he's got the extra stats, but 3000 on Dragon Knight before the BKB's done.
And the Dragon Knight
has Vampire Fangs.
28 armor on the Dragon Knight.
12 on the Jug.
12 armor on the Jug. So you got more than double the armor, and you got like, you're gonna get double the HP.
You have 4 times or more the survivability, plus Solar Crest, plus the heals, plus the pipe that comes out from the pipe. So you have like
how do you carry
survivability
this matchup against this?
I don't know, Owen. That's why we've all been always saying, why does Ame want to play the Jug so much? But you know, this one, since they are limited, he does want to try for it. We'll find the creeps. PYW just kill all of them from Ducalis. It's a nice one, but he's probably gonna pay with his life. They do get the catch. No one.
Good control, but no one's got just enough mana to zip away.
And the Chain Frost bounces between creeps.
XM. The Sonic Wave. Ame's coming in from the side, though. He's going to drop the Omni Staff, but... Maybe with the Blade
He does get him with
there we go. The Blade Fury will sort out what could have been a bit of an awkward match there with the Omni into the Shadow Realm. They get the kill. 9 class is dead.
God, Omni Slash is so pathetic. But whatever, he gets the kill.
He gets the kill.
Does get it. Very nice. But they do not get no one. He's able to survive, and that was quite a bit of ultis expended. I believe Magnetized Chain Frost and the Sonic Wave to try to bring him down, and he's able to just tank right through it. So they lose just that 4 position for pretty much everything committed from the side of Xtreme Gaming. As we said, Crystallis,
he's still farming.
He's chilling. He's big chilling.
Going to be going for that Orchid into Bloodthorn next. So not opting for the Blink this build.
And a BKB about to be finished up for no one. So going to get these 2 big item timings for them. 9 class also about to have a Blink. They can probably just go for the Roche pretty soon on the side of PARIVISION if they'd like to. I think they can actually kill it up top before it makes its way toward bottom. With the Chen with the DK. Should be able to bring it down more than quick enough. Methodical gameplay from PARIVISION. They're giving up a couple kills here and there to the side of Xtreme Gaming, but it doesn't feel like it's breaking their gameplay.
Not at all, yeah. They've got their 3 cores in solid spots.
Yep.
Whereas the catch-up game's being played by all 3 of Xtremes. And Jug, our mate, he needs a lot of time. He needs a lot of space.
And this time, how much does time really benefit? We'll have to see that, you know, how much it's actually going to do versus this DK who, as we're going to just continue mentioning, yes, all these tankiness, but now even more auras are going to start factoring in when the Chen starts to be able to pick up his army. And if he buys the Shard, the Ancients as well. So it starts to get pretty overwhelming. Ming should be able to finish this. Ming dies. And they're actually in trouble. No one's here.
They're lucky that they were able to get away. That was close. They didn't finish the Tormentors of PARIVISION.
Oh.
They walk up and claim it for themselves.
And Ducalis gets it for free. So he gets a free Shard. He was going to purchase it. Now he's going to be able to get those Ancients to get the auras. And just look at the bar. Look at the Storm Spirit's buffs. Cloak Aura, Armor, Regen. Yeah, they've got so many of those.
And then look at Ame.
And then let's look at Ame's bar.
Well, to be fair, standing on his own, bro.
Yeah, but still, come on.
Still.
He doesn't have
He's got 1, though.
Well, that's his healing ward. He literally has none.
Well, even when he's standing with the team?
Even when he's standing with the team, he has literally 0.
There are no circles above the UI for him.
No, nothing whatsoever. Not even a Solar Crest, not even a Pavis, because how poor the Lich is. Okay, yeah, Frost Shield, fine. He'll have that when he gets buffed up, sorry.
It's rough.
It is rough.
But maybe.
Radiant are scared.
Maybe. I mean, it's just, I guess, the Jug effect, right? You know, if you're playing a game and your carry picks Jug, are you buying him a Solar Crest? Probably not. You're like,
you should.
I'm going to buy myself an Axe.
No,
you can just give up on your cat. Like,
John Ming probably should, but I mean, I'm sure that they're just, you know, you can feel the game state. And they went for something very unorthodox, you know, Earth Spirit 4, Jug. Blink BKB on XXS, as we said. That's kind of what they want to be playing with, but the push is coming. The Rax,
DM.
They've got to defend.
I want to see at least one kind of good meaty Omni Slash.
Onto what, spiders? Or Chen creeps?
It might.
I just don't know how he actually can ever land an Omni Slash in this game. That's gonna
if you get lucky with the RNG.
To who?
What do you mean?
Which one? Who's gonna be lucky to? To the DK?
Just, as in, like, not on the... So you don't bounce to the spiders or the summons. What do you mean?
How? I'm just saying, like, how?
If you get lucky.
Okay, fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
There is a world. You know, if there's infinite possibilities. And
there is a world. Maybe not this one.
Maybe that's the one we're in. Where Omni slashes into this 5-man push and every bounce is a banger. We don't know.
I hope to see it. But very doubtful. As every hero has a way around it, it feels.
Dire's bottom tower.
Here we go, ready for the defense.
Here for the push.
TP's back, ready to join the gang.
BKB grabs a ancient granite golem.
Didn't like that granite golem. Didn't like him from the moment he saw him. And now here's the backup. No one's in. He's been able to kill off the Lich. Where's the Omni Slash? I'm ready for it. Ame, caught by the fear. Oh, he's gonna be fine.
He lives.
He's able to reset heal up here on the Jug.
The Rat.
Base, the barracks, they're in danger.
That was their initiation. The XXS Blink BKB grabs a Granite Golem and...
Here's the Omni. Just the Blade Fury first. Trying to just sort of clear the area. Make it a little bit more safe for him to go for the Omni Slash. But no one's on him. He's going to have to Omni Slash now. There it is. Oh, it's a good one. That's the Aegis gone. They've done it once. Can they do it again? They've killed 9 class. Probably not, but it got someone killed. They did have an Aegis, but it did get someone killed there, Fog.
That's true.
He was able to find the position to sort of do it on a solo target.
Very true. Rax
for the base.
Next one.
They just got to try and hold off for the 100 seconds until the Omni's back.
100 seconds.
Here we
He's
go.
gonna go in. He gets the grab.
No one is able to interrupt it straight away with the Vortex onto XXS.
DM.
So able to crawl out of the base. XXS is going to try and chase. It's pretty tanky on this Primal.
Good pull, stops the stun.
Yeah, stopping Chrysalis from being able to get a hold onto XX.
They might be able to go for Chrysalis here.
Army's ready to step back in. Looks like there was no one puts the BKB. They're going all in on towards the Dragonite, trying to finish Chrysalis off. They'll get it. XXS swings across. Looks towards Ducalis. No one's out with the TP though. Ducalis is going to try for the TP, but they have the damage to take him.
They hold.
They do. They're pushing back. They'll be able to keep control of their middle barracks. Keep the game going here at Xtreme.
They actually were able to isolate the DK on the low ground there. XM, he gets himself a huge kill bounty. He actually has Aghanims. Finished up already onto the Queen of Pain because of that. PARIVISION pushing their limits a little bit too much.
Yep.
They're feeling like they are unkillable. The BKB was still on cooldown for, what, 5 seconds onto the DK, and they got him onto that low ground, so... XG, get something going their way.
Let's see what they can do with this. Can they get themselves out on the map, or do they simply have to wait for PARIVISION to approach them once again? Let's see. Next up on the builds, XM trying to get the BKB for himself, and Ame's going to go straight for the blink now.
Ame can push forward as far as he wants, remember, so because he does have this spin TP.
And now he should be tanky enough to live through the spin TP.
So he can keep pushing and playing aggressively up here before that push does come in, but it is inevitable. You will see PARIVISION likely set up for that one there. Ducalis is regrabbing his army. They might go for the Tormentor first before they look to fully regroup and get that push going. Full AC on DM for the next upcoming one. So they've got Bearing, AC, Pipe. I don't think anybody built the Vlads that I was looking. I thought Ducalis was actually going to buy it, but it looks like he's just going down. Just kidding. He was going down Lotus, and then he buys mech right afterwards. I thought he was going to do it just for the jug, but
do you like that better, just getting the mech for this sort of push?
I think they're just looking to end the game pretty soon, rather than looking to waste time and wait for a Lotus Orb. I think the idea from PARIVISION is still just push and, yeah, don't let this game extend. Can they do it again on the side of Xtreme? Can they push them off of the base?
Nah, mate. If you get the level 3 Omni Slash, that would be a pretty nice step up.
And he's got the blink now, so positioning, he could maybe even find the backline, right? If he can find the Chen in particular, if he can start to get that going. The army will always be a problem. DM is going to just destroy that Rax or the tower in a second there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, bringing in both the mid and the bottom waves. Xtreme, they managed to split push up onto the top, get the creeps pushed up to the tier 2.
They've got their army ready.
Yeah, they will have to deal with this pressure coming in now from PARIVISION.
Look at the buffs. 46 armor. They're going to go for the BKB grab.
There you go. Arme's in as well with the Blade Fury, trying to off up the damage to kill it. Oh, Chrysalis getting down to half HP. Now the Omni Slash comes in.
It's decent damage.
Yeah, it's something, but as soon as he comes out, he's dead.
50 seconds, he's gone.
No buyback.
No buyback.
PARIVISION.
It did a bit more damage than I actually expected.
It did, you know.
Especially when
DK to half health.
When DK has 61 armor, the procs that come out from them Mjolnir, I guess, were a little bit of something at the least. But now he's frenzied up the tower. They have no jug.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Let's see what Xtreme can do with the 4 of them.
Instant orchid.
Instant silence there immediately. He was ready for that one, Chrysalis. They'll get the kick back onto him, drop the magnetize down. Chrysalis is going to fall pretty low, but the support will be the one to fall first. Yami goes down. XXS goes in to get the kill, but it will cost him his life to dive into the middle of the fight to finish Chrysalis off. The push will continue here from PARIVISION.
They're a bit low mana on no one. They're just trying to focus the Rax. Also, DM is taking out mid, so that's...
This buyback. This could catch them. See if XXS can get in. He can. He's in with the jump. Gets the grab over towards no one. They'll kill the Stormer.
They lost their mid Rax. It's just the 2s left down bottom, but they do get some good core kills at the least. Something going their way. PARIVISION just throwing bodies to get those buildings. But a good amount of XP that XG's been able to grab off of those kills since they are so behind in this game. Those kills do start to rack up in terms of levels. They got, what, 5,300 XP for them and 2,400 gold.
Regeneration.
And they're holding on.
They are indeed holding on. Now it's going to be actually a long spawn for Roche, so that's beneficial, I would say, for XG in a way. PARIVISION can look to wait and reset to go for that last Roche before they go for the final push, but Xtreme, they hold on a bit longer. How's XM's itemization? He's got the BKB queued. They also were about to have a BKB on PYW to full commit. So you can see the way they do want to go for those attempted defenses is just full commit onto a hero. The first go is a bit difficult, as we see there, since The DK, I believe he also gets Divine Favored in these fights, so on top of his, 50 armor, he gets a plus 20, so he's at like 70. So it's very hard for the first go, but if they can poke, reset, and go again, that could potentially be a way for them to approach those battles.
Top tower is under attack.
Next set of neutral items are picked up from the side of PARIVISION. They all split up, finish up their next items.
Yeah, very close to getting this hex done for DM.
Oh, wow, yeah, he actually was very, very close to having it.
So they can get that, get the next Roshan. It's going to be a tough push for Xtreme to try and stop.
Small gains each time, though. And they're going to get a Vambrace for XM too, and he's level 18, so he's got one of his big timings, at least for burst damage on this Queen of Pain. Can they look to... Maybe they can look to try to contest the Rosh. It's not easy, obviously, by any means, but... I don't know, giving up that Rosh for free could be problematic as Ame.
He's going to get caught by the Vortex. He'll be able to get the Blade Fury off before the Fear connects. The Healing Ward down, try and retreat. They got the damage to get him off through the Blade Fury. They have the silence. He's gone.
70 seconds. He does have buyback. But PARIVISION, they're looking to go for this even without that Rosh. It's still 20 seconds till it spawns. They just have this last set. DK's level 20.
Right onto the racks they go.
They're going to
and they get with the jump. XXS in with the grab. No one tries to get over towards the back line, so he has the buyback from Arme. They're trying to focus Crystallis. Standing his ground here, getting healed up as well. Arme can't really find a way into the fight as of now. Just to watch from the side here. PARIVISION, they're able to back off, wait for the magnetize to expire.
I think he was at 90 armor, if I saw that correctly. Vindicator's axe pops, so he gets plus 20. Then he gets plus 20 from Chen. Then he it actually is insane how much armor he had there.
They're coming out with the smoke.
Do they have the Sonic? They don't have Sonic Wave. It's up in 30 seconds, but they need every little bit of damage.
They've got the Omni Slash at the red.
They do. Crystallis doesn't have BKB for 60. PARIVISION's actually backing away. The spiders, though. The spiders. They're on the racks.
Oh.
Radiant's bottom barracks.
Someone's got to come back. DM's just going to mega them.
Oh. Well, they'll be able to stop it just in time. So those racks in a bit of a precarious position now.
The creeps. The Chen creeps are coming too. They have to go back. They can't contest the Rosh.
Tianming, he's not going to get the chance to go back.
Well, they tried to get out there and go for the Rosh, but immediately DM and Ducalis, they know how to play versus that. They'll lose their creeps, but they'll get the Rosh.
This, they're ready to go down this bottom lane once more.
Yep, the final one.
It will be the last chance here for Xtreme in this game, one to turn it.
The Glyph, it's going to be back up in 20 seconds, so they will have that for the hold. Can they even... I mean, now that he's got Aegis, too, it's like 100 to 0ing the DK, which is their idea inside of these fights now, won't work as well, because he's just going to be able to come back to life, even if they do pop him. Because they do have good hybrid damage, as we've seen there, to try to bring him down. Just physical damage is just not going to do it. Literally sitting at, 80 armor or whatever it was when he got full buffed up. Here we go. It's Lotus.
Immediately, reaction.
9 class has it. And the jump.
Trying to find his target here, but it's just creating space for them to keep hitting into the barracks. Crystallis.
Lotus back up in 2 seconds.
Arme's in. The Blade Fury off as well, no one. Plenty of mana to get away. The barracks are gone, and he's ready to get back in. Looks towards PYW, but the BKB comes off. PYW having to roll away from the Dragon.
That's 2 of their BKBs used.
Arme just waiting and looking for an Omni Slash opportunity. Tier 4s. Trouble, he's in. With the Blade Fury in on top of Crystallis, they're trying to focus the Dragonite. They'll get him the watch. And now in with the Omni Slash over towards DM.
It actually bounces back to him.
It's a pretty good Omni Slash there we go, but it's not enough to kill him.
No one
enough
dies.
Damage to take out DM.
I mean, no one dies in the meantime. Ame.
It's got Blade Fury back up in a second.
The blink.
Now they'll try and catch him with the silence into the fear. Do get him with the setup, but the Blade Fury's back up. He looks towards DM. DM trying to crawl away, but XM jumps forward.
Can they get more?
Roll in as well.
They'll
They're able to stop it. They catch him up on the cliff. DM in trouble. As Xtreme
getting some good kills. I don't know how no one died. Yeah, they actually caught him a bit deep in the base, I guess. The Megas, the damage is done, but they get, again,
they're holding.
Pretty big kills.
They're holding.
They're holding, somehow.
Honestly.
Oh, an amp damage bottom.
Well, there you go. That's going to enable quite a bit of a push, at least maybe for a tier 2 tower.
Keep it going.
I think, mate, we got to get some big damage item right.
Where does he go, though?
He's probably just going to buy Skadi.
I think he's just going to buy Skadi.
That's normally the classic, right? Skadi Linkers. But I feel like he's got to go all in on something crazy. Maybe even the Rapier. Just go for these Blink Omni / Rapier.
He's still quite a bit away from it.
He's
only 2,300 gold. He's still pretty poor.
Because as we're sitting there with the Blink, that last fight, he did get a good Omni / Sorry, like every hit was hitting what he wanted it to hit.
Yeah, DM didn't get the little split up there. He tried to send him onto the spiders, but it actually bounced back to him. I actually don't know. I just don't know how no one died. I guess he just got caught, split up from his team. They're hanging on.
I guess the temptation is probably going to be Butterfly. Okay, no, he loves the Lincolns. He's going for the Lincolns. So we're not going to see a crazy sort of step up in damage from the Jug for a little bit of time. Just wants to be able to protect himself.
There's a Hex, there's a DK stun, there's a Vortex, there's a lot of different things. You can see the merit for why he wants to go out. And like you said, Ame just loves his Lincolns. This spin damage is pretty decent, actually, versus the DK.
It's not bad.
Because he's got all this armor, but when you spin and just commit onto him with your Blade Dance crit, you actually bring him down decently fast. Actually, much better than I was anticipating. But the Megas, it's so early to have these pushing in. PARIVISION, gonna be able to control the majority of this map here. They're a bit split up right now, though. If XG can catch heroes here, could be decent because the DK's not here. They do have the outpost to TP to, though.
Parasbron installing these big items for PARIVISION continue to come out.
Oh, my lovely observer just told me that he got gazed under tier 4s with a primal grabbing him. That's why no one ended up dying when he was split up from the team. Thank you very much, Patrick.
XG, they've just got to wait.
It's just hard for them to get out. Mega creeps this early. It's constantly going to be forcing into you, and PARIVISION can control 90% of the farm of the map. What has XM got? Has he bought anything else? I think he just did purchase something on the courier. Full Octarine. Acquiring it. Some pretty big items.
PARIVISION? Well, what are they waiting for at the moment? I mean,
they don't have to force. They don't have to.
They don't. They can chill and just farm up their next items.
They can literally just farm next items, or just wait for a moment that one person steps out and they catch him, and then they can just look to end. Full Satanic onto Crystallis. That might be the one that they were waiting for, also to just force. They also have an Arcane Rune, so this could be the one that they look to just end it with.
There we go. Xtreme. Are they ready for this?
Are they going to be able to get their spells off in a fight?
Ame steps up. They're able to catch him with the silence straight into the combo, into the Hex. He's out for 100. No buyback. They didn't have the means to save him.
They gotta just YOLO in. Let's see what they can find.
PYW's in, but as soon as he's in, he's out.
God, deleted.
As the tier 4s fall. Jump forward from XXS. He's in with the BKB, trying to find a grab.
But there's a Lotus.
Are there. He can't go for it. No one jumps over towards PYW. It's a dieback on the Earth Spirit. XXS to fall. XM jumps in with the BKB, trying to fight back. He'll push them back with a Sonic Wave, but he just doesn't have the damage to threaten this DK as Crystallis is onto the Ancient, looking to end it. They've got the Fortification. Buys him a little bit of time. There's no PYW, no Ame for this final minute as PARIVISION, they resume the push, and they'll maybe even see if they can pick up some more kills as no one makes the jump over towards XM. Burnt down by the brief fire. XXS can't even close the gap onto no one. Turns, gets the Hex off. It's over. GG is called. PARIVISION will take this game 1.
With a very standard approach.
See, they're out.
Looks better.
It's the end of the road for them. This will be their last series. But let's see if they can. You don't want to go out on a 2-0.
No.
You want to try and get the 3 games out of it.
Which they're good at doing.
Yes, that is true. If you look at their performance, every series, right, apart from one.
Yes.
Has gone the distance that they've been in. Obviously, the wrong kind of distance.
Sure.
Because they lost them.
Sure.
Yeah, game 3 is likely when it comes to XG. So let's see if they can do it.
And in this type of game, especially too, right?
Yeah.
They've gone for. It's still comfort in a way, but it's a more normal draft.
Apart from the Razor mid, I guess, because we don't see that mid. It's not something that people are fighting over in the draft.
No, not by any means. But you probably just asked XM what he wants to play to try to dominate the lane, and he is one of those players that does like to play with that type of lane dominance, since he usually likes to play like these snipers, and we saw last game he tried to play the co-op to dominate the lane. He did pretty okay.
Yep.
But yeah, their draft overall, it does look leaps and bounds better than the last game. PARIVISION still with a very comfort style. No one, I feel like he's playing Storm or Earth Spirit every single one of these games, and he tends to pop off on it. And this is one of those games where his lane can be difficult, but looking at the overall game, there's not really the most disables that he has to worry about. There can be the Tusk and the Sanking, but that's pretty much it in terms of lockdown for him. Until Ame starts morphing and, you know, whatever spell he starts to steal with. Let's see how this lane in particular goes down, because XM, he should have a clear advantage.
Sure. I mean, is there the chance to kill the Storm in this lane, do you feel? Yeah. Or is it unlikely against no one?
It's unlikely against no one, but there is a possibility to see it. I don't think no one ever will die like that. And you do have to be careful, because you can just eat a couple remnants, and if a TP comes in, then you can just die. So, and I have seen PARIVISION being very ready to go for these early TP plays. I've even seen the Chens and the Enchantresses from Ducalis TP to mid lane to go for these type of plays. So we'll see how that does go down. As no one, you know, we're just going to keep talking about it. He plays very, very good on these boards.
Top
class.
He's dead. That's first blood for Tianming.
So Tianming has been a specialist on his Phoenix. He's got a big smile on his face.
Bottom. Xtreme.
He's got Fairy Fire. The Breathe Fire damage reduction as well. We'll keep Ducalis alive. A rare death for 9 class like that. Usually on his Marcy, he has a very good start to the lane, but getting brought down at least at level 1 when he's trying to go for a wave pull. Pretty unorthodox. But yeah, Tianming, you know, we can gush about his Phoenix a bit, because I think it's just been his best hero, in particular for me. We saw him literally carry a game.
Yeah. Which is pretty rare, right? Because Phoenix's win rate's not good, right?
Yeah, I think it was the other day was 6-16 when it came up, and I believe it lost the game. And I think maybe we saw one other one. I can't remember exactly. So maybe like 6-17. I'd have to bring up the stats. I don't have them.
No, I think yeah, I believe it's low though. So it's a lot of other teams not able to really do what Tianming's been able to do on his.
Yeah, and being level 2 already, he can contest 9 class pretty decently since he's got boots.
I love that he did. Right?
I actually love that he did this. Instead of going, you know, stat items because he's playing with a Morphling or extra regen, he goes boots so that he can walk down the Marcy and not allow him to do what 9 class likes to do, is pull waves when he's playing this Marcy.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a rough start for 9 class getting into the action on that top lane.
Yeah, DM and him will be having a bit of a slower start, but DM is getting good last hits nonetheless, even though his Marcy did struggle. Looking at the bottom lane, we did see, of course, the attempted go on Ducalis, level 1, but overall this lane should be pretty free for Crystallis in particular. And yeah, once these heals start to level 2 heal or level 2 enchant, once he's got that online on Ducalis, it's pretty secured for him. But XXS, he should be able to farm pretty decently down here as well. Don't really see them getting a kill threat onto him unless it's him making a big mistake forward. And he'll be able to always go back and get jungle creeps as we've seen on all of these Sanking. So we'll see if PARIVISION looks to block camps. They've been pretty well prepared for their early games in most situations. As Tianming again. And for 9 class, it's just making it very annoying for him to go for these pulled waves.
He's at least this time able to make them meet behind the tier 1.
And mid lane so far, no one's handling it perfectly. It's actually just trading versus this Razor at the moment. Level 2 Link is online now, so that is when it starts to become quite a bit more difficult for no one, but he does have the boots to play around it as well. Alright, let's see if they can deal with the level 2 enchant. See if they can deal with that creep. It's a problem versus this Enchantress in a lot of situations, just if the lane can actually deal with it, and this lane can't actually deal with it too well. Can they go for the kill? No, they can't for Ducalis.
Nice to on him.
With if he had level 2 tag team and if it was available, they could have maybe gone for it, but doesn't have it up and didn't have the skill point put in just yet. Double checking the runes. XM will be able to get the water room. Tianming will be able to set up for the one as well up top to prevent no one from the fill up. And Ame, he'll miss out on, he'll miss out on maybe a whole wave because of that pull that came out from 9 class as well. But Tianming trying to make moves where he can.
Now, how would you say the game looks for a morph?
On paper, it does look pretty good. It just, you know, we've not been able to see a lot of these morphs get online as Crystallis.
Well, I get the kill first, but he will indeed still go down.
I actually had the damage for him. That's pretty impressive versus this tanky DK. The amount of magic damage they were able to push through, even with just level 1 Sandstorm. Did not expect that one to get the, did not expect him to kill the DK in this lane. Good aggressive move. Yeah, overall though, the Morphling, on paper, yeah, it can look good. There is of course itemization that's going to come out. We've seen these DKs go for Orchid in some of their builds after they get the BKB, the Armlet, the Mask of Madness. But in particular, it looks pretty decent. That's why they went for that last pick. It can be that super carry in a lot of games, just if he can actually get to that point. But right now his lane, it looks great. Very difficult for them to really punish him up here with the start that 9 classes had.
Yeah, and even trying to go for Tianming is not too easy. So Tianming's been playing very careful with his positioning.
Let's see what route DM goes. I don't know if he's going to do Diffusal just because it doesn't fit the nature of this team. In some teams, you could see these Pangos just go straight Diffusal in almost all these games. In particular, feels like Amar playing versus Amorph. He'd probably do like naked Diffu.
Yeah, he'd do brown boost Diffusal for sure.
But DM, I think he probably could go down the route of something like that Spirit Vessel this game, or get the Auras, you know, the Pipe Spirit Vessel Blink build, because that's just the way that they play as mid XM. 9 classes here. He's got to jump too. This could be a dangerous position for the Razor.
He's going to try and run.
He's got 6. He's actually turning.
No one. He's able to get one more Remnant in over towards him, and DeCarlos is coming from the side, so they're very able to carefully take him down without giving XM the chance to bring anyone with him.
But they make the move bottom quickly. Tianming, he's been able to secure the lane for the Morphling beautifully. Now he can be left alone, and he actually makes another sandwich onto Crystallis bottom, so they're slowing down the DK while enabling their Morphling. Although they lose their Razor, it's a nice aggressive move, and this tanking is getting involved in early kills. So he's going to have a very good game on XXS, you know, in terms of net worth this game. And
they're thinking about going in again. They've got Tianming coming in to help out.
It's a lot of magic damage.
They've got him trapped in the shards.
They've got him.
As soon as he returns to the lane, he's dead again. Good news from Xtreme.
He is not respecting the damage that they can do with this level 2 tag team under that Sandstorm. Gotta look for a return kill. They're a bit limited on damage. He tries to cliff him. Can't get the angle, and he's got a snowball. He should be fine.
Yeah, that creep ended up in the perfect target to sort of head him away there that the Tianming was drawing the aggro with.
And this game, they'll be able to get their Wisdom Runes. It's, night and day difference between that last game. Sure, XM goes down, but his lane is still pretty good, and Ame is getting literal free farm.
Crystallis, as you see, I'm going to take that walk back to the bottom lane.
Now maybe, because he did lose his DK 3 times in the lane, we could see maybe a different itemization from DM, perhaps, but it doesn't fit their style, so he probably is going to go for the Auras. XM, Link gets broken immediately.
And they want to try and go in for this 9 classes there as well, but TP backup's coming in.
9
class, he's in a whole world of pain here as Tianming's able to burn through him. PYW rolls in and finish him off. No one's still trying to push for kills. It's a little risky though. He's a little low on the mana. They will find PYW, but they will not get XM that they were initially looking for.
No one tends to push the limits of his hero when he's got this type of mana. But they're feeling maybe a bit needed to make these type of moves, because these lanes, they've gone very well for the side of Xtreme. In particular, bottom and top, this Sanking's net worth is beautiful. And he's going to have stacks to be able to go back to soon once they start getting them going for him. He's actually looking to join maybe in the mid lane too, since he's got Epi available.
Yeah, mate. As safe as he is on this top lane, able to get some hits in onto the tier 1 tower.
This is phenomenal for the side of XG. Having a more free farm, have slowed down the DK. He's going to be able to sit back and get his timings. And this is a draft for PARIVISION that not like last time where they can just force towers as hard. They have the Ench and the DK, they can get these towers super early, but yeah, not the whole draft.
I want them. Go for the setup in the mid with the Invis rune. It's not enough damage to kill Tianming. He gets a win. Again, no one has to be very careful each and every time XM's there. Has to make sure he always has mana to separate from it.
They'll be able to find the D ward. He's going to be able to finish off this camp here. He's very low on no one. XM's got another plasma field in a second. Oh, I feel so close to him being able to steal those creeps. We'll be able to walk down bottom, get the bounty room, prevent them from getting that, and bottom tower.
They're getting.
They're actually getting it with the same game.
No fortification, but they're not going to be turning up for this defense at PARIVISION.
Crystallis' farm is going to be quite slowed down. Yes, he farms very fast, but being at 1,000 gold deficit of a Morphling, that Morph can just stay ahead. A 3k lead, and they're going to get the first tower of the game when they don't have an Ench or a DK or anything like that.
No, they don't have any
impressive
standard pushes.
Yeah, this is just them getting it. Yeah, just because of them winning the lane, in particular bottom, so hard.
They might be able to defend mid as well.
Phoenix TPing over.
They can slow down this push.
And Tianming, I like it. You know, he's having such a good game on the Phoenix as he tends to. Not going to be a nullifier rush this time, as we saw the other day, but he's queuing up Atos. So we're talking about maybe some potential limited lockdown in this game for him, or for the side of Xtreme. That could be another solution for the Storm Spirit. Cool. He doesn't have the, you know, the Muerta or the particular 4 position to go for Atos this game, so he can go for it as a Phoenix. Does feel pretty good.
Radiant's top
Very
tower
value
is
item.
under attack.
Push again. Ducalis, he wants to finish off the tower, but they're still here to hang on to it.
They're not getting the tier 1 that easily.
Nope.
Xtreme. They're happy to hold this area in the mid.
This is one of the better starts I've seen XXS have in particular. Wondering what build he's going to go down if he does just look to go greedy with that Bloodstone, or if he's going to look to be active with Blink Dagger since he's got a Morphling on his lineup.
Oh, nice shots. Yeah, PYW.
Still get caught. No one using quite a bit of mana, but he has a haste. XXS.
Oh, it comes with a backup. I mean, Snowball's off just in time, so they'll still be able to get that into play to take down 9 class. And no one has to indeed use the rest of that haste rune to get out of here, as he's got no more mana to play with. So they get the kill, but they still lose something in return. Xtreme, they're finding these chances to trade back and just continue focus away from that top lane. Yep. Yeah, Ame in a beautiful spot.
And we've seen DM, he is going to do the route that we kind of expected, because that's just how they play with this team. He doesn't want to play as that carry from the off lane. He always plays this type of style, being that utility. And XXS, he actually matches. So he's going to be going for frequent fighting as well on this tanking. Rather than going for greedy Bloodstone, he's going Blink Dagger to be able to back up his team. And this is a really good start for them, and a really strong lineup to be able to fight early when they have this tanking Blink and the Phoenix having such a good game. Egg is online, Blink stun, or Blink Epi is ready to be able to cover the egg. See how DM looks to, or how DM in particular looks to get involved in the game. Since he has yet to die, but he is bottom of the chorus, since he's playing versus Ame's Morphling. Oh. Interesting. XM is going Orchid, since he's playing versus Storm and Pango. Get another catch, 9 class. That's 4 deaths.
Dead again. He's having a rough one, which is really pretty rare on his Marcy.
Yeah. Not many players. I mean, most players have a rough one on the Marcy. 9 class is usually that specialist.
He's one of the best.
Tianming just owned him in that level 1. Honestly, those lanes in particular, the 2 side lanes from the side of XG, they're dictating the pace because of that. Even invading. Success, he's got that blink ready, as we were saying, and he's got Epi up in 10 seconds. Ame, he'll get the tower. So.
When do they touch the morph?
I don't know, Owen. XM is getting gone on here.
He's getting some backup.
They can't burst him. The backup's coming in. XXS is playing in the area. And he's going to get healed up, so XM...
They're still struggling to quite finish off this tier 1 tower mid.
I mean, they've just been parking. They're not letting them go for this push. XM is going to have the Orchid soon. We'll see how much that pays off also versus the Storm. And no one is going to have a lot of different things that he's going to have to answer him now at this point, when it could have looked like a very solid Storms game, but if they're able to itemize to deal with him with that Atos with the Orchid, they already have this Atos. So
it's already done.
Yeah, this could be pretty difficult mid-game for PARIVISION with the way that those 2 side lanes went and with the way the mid lane now is addressed with the itemization that they've gone for. See how they look to stabilize things as XG seem to have this perfect position for a Morphling game.
PARIVISION gonna try and see if they can find something this time
with DM.
Yeah, getting him the Rolling Thunder potential. They're heading in the direction of Ame. Or maybe they just actually want to get the wraparound on it. They really want this.
They really want this tower. But Tianming and PYW are at the ready with the 6.
Makes sense, pretty far up. They're going to get the Vortex dragged back. DM. And he's in with the jump. The Atos is going to hold him back for now. XM will fall.
No snowball?
Now they get the stun out to the 2 of them. The Supernova's down. DM's dead. 9 class is gone as well.
And no one, he'll be able to snag a regen rune in the midst of it all. I thought PYW was going to get the snowball save actually on XM. Ends up working out anyway. They get the 2 trade kills as Ame turns up, and they do have that big wombo combo.
And they can push back.
And they can take the tower.
They keep their tower alive.
They're going to get the mid tower first. They've got to get all 3 tier 1s before PARIVISION's able to get there first. And they're the team with the Morphling. A beautiful start, and as I said, night and day difference when they have a normal draft in comparison to their jug style.
That's looking very, very good.
It is, and they might be able to steal these Ancients as well. XXS is here with Ame.
I was a little surprised as well in that fight that DM ends up going down. He you know, because he led in with the shield crash and the swashbuckle around that stair area. I mean, why do you think he opted for that rather than just going for the Rolling Thunder?
He probably didn't anticipate an Atos. He maybe just didn't anticipate that they were in that area, but yeah, definitely going to be kicking himself that he didn't just go for that Rolling Thunder. And that mid tower that they wanted so badly, it's been denied. So not even going to get that influx.
5K lead for XG.
Yeah, beautiful start. Crystallis is starting to get some space as this DK down bottom. But a phenomenal start to this game for Xtreme with a very hard scaling draft. And no one overall. I'm just going to keep watching him because it does feel like they could just change that up onto him with this Atos.
Ooh, nice dive into Atos there, into the punch-up. Is it enough? It is. Very well done there between them.
Tianming's done this multiple times I've seen on his Phoenix. He's 2-0-6, getting involved in the majority of the action. Same thing for PYW on his Tusk. He's 9 out of the 10 kills.
Yeah. I mean, it really, this Atos catches them by surprise, you know, catching DM in the mid, and then these sort of dive into Atos plays, catching out no one.
And they've got the Orchid too, right? It's from XM, so no one, as you said, his game, he might have to just put into a BKB as his second item before even going for a shard. Things are ramping up quick. A tier 2 to fall, 16 minutes in.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Ame has a catapult still in mid. He's hitting, I mean, he's clearing up these creeps. He might even just hit the tier 3 once or twice.
Let's see what happens. He's got the Manta ready back up in 5 seconds.
It's a significant amount of damage at this point. 7K lead, everything going their way. Deep wards placed as well. Tianming has coverage on that left side too to watch any movements. Where's this XG the other game?
It really, I feel like
we say that a lot.
In a lot of the tournaments we've been to, I can't remember the last time where we had a team that had just such high highs in contrast to their low lows. You know what I mean? Within like the matter of a few days, like
it's insane. It's absolutely crazy.
They've really been at sort of both ends of the Xtreme here in terms of.
Hey,
there you go.
I like it. That's why their name's Xtreme Gaming.
but because you see it right, it's like games where it's like, my goodness, this Ame fella's pretty good at the old Dota 2.
Yeah.
And then other games he's picking Juggernaut, and it's like, oh,
and everybody's playing well this game, right?
Yeah.
XM is maybe having a little bit of that slowdown, but because they put so much attention on, but he's still playing great, and his itemization's good. Another tier 2 to fall. I'm PARIVISION.
Because that's the thing as well, you got to remember watching this. This is against PARIVISION.
It is.
Who is crushing it in this group. They're winning pretty much every game, every series.
And usually PARIVISION is the team that are the dictators of early game. They're the ones that like to play, pressure, and stay ahead.
It's 17 minutes in.
Xtreme dominating the map.
PARIVISION's having their tier 3s being hit by a Morphling. It's very difficult to put PARIVISION in these sort of scenarios, as we know from the other series that we've seen them in.
And DM shows himself.
They got the setup, they got the silence, TPs are coming in. They can't save him.
And they use Glyph to try to go for the damage with it, so Ame's just gonna push. PARIVISION, you've got to stop this. Are they gonna? Oh, no one's TP gets stopped. They're gonna be able to get a Rax off of this, very likely.
He's got a little bit of mana to play with, but yeah,
they're just
Ame's
stopping him.
Continuing the push. No one's gonna get chased down. He's dead.
This game's out of control.
This is great. I don't think anyone would have predicted this.
No.
You know, sure.
A Morphling lineup taking Rax pre-20 minutes.
And it being XG against PARIVISION, when you look at the standings of the group, it's like, what's going on?
They're going to keep going on. I mean, he's got Bloodstone now in XXS. He's got Vampire Fangs. They can linger around here. PARIVISION, how do you stop them?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Instant stun.
Immediately, if they got the follow-up silence, they do. Are going to be able to get him out to the side, so live this time.
Storm is respawning, but doesn't have BKB. Crystallis also still doesn't have his BKB. They got a secondary Glyph to hold on. They need to wait for these BKBs.
Yeah,
For
well, check this out again. This is what they're catching out no one in the mid. Getting that chance to push the Rex. Just 18 minutes in. I don't think PARIVISION know what's going on.
They're sticking around. They've got ults ready.
Radiant's top tower
They're very ready for the fight if it comes to them.
Radiant's top tower is falling.
How close to... I mean, still not close to BKB on either. It's still 300 for the DK. It's still quite a ways away for the Storm.
And it's just crazy.
It's another set. 2 sets.
They're so ready for any sort of fight that PARIVISION approach them with. They're smoked up. They're actually going to... They're going to split pretty far from Ame. They've left him completely... So the illusion that they're smoked up behind him is there,
and they can kill these cores.
Someone.
They can kill these cores before they finish BKB.
Like, Ame was just able to hit that. He had nobody near him.
Oh,
but
no one's been found again.
It just can't. these sort of moves, like that's some big brain stuff, but it's just not been happening in the other games, Fogged.
He's not. Is no one even going to get the chance to get a BKB before the game ends? Is the question. They're just taking this game without even going for Roche. And again, we see.
Yeah. He just doesn't expect this at all because PARIVISION think that Xtreme is smoked up and waiting behind Ame. And isn't the case.
Look at the smiles. I mean, Ame's getting to play an absolutely free Morphling game. He's got Conda 20 minutes in. These timings are insane. These are usually timings you see at like the 25 to 30 minute mark. They've been able to find absolutely everything this game. And PARIVISION, still, they need BKB on the Storm, but now it's starting to get to the points where the Storm, the damage is just not really going to be there from him by any means versus this Morphling who has almost double the network.
There we go. They can get the Tormentor, they can get the Wisdom Rune as well.
Yeah, their draft is good, their wards are good, their movement is good. I want to see more of this from XG. As we said, they tend to do good in these second games.
Yeah, they do. They have really low lows and they have really high highs.
Yeah. It's Tianming too. And just, yeah, very good itemization, very good gameplay across the board here so far. And for PARIVISION, it's just difficult to see how they can actually defend with this type of deficit. And,
there we go.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to. He hasn't had to go over there. That's level 12.
They've just been that in the faces of it, PARIVISION, pushing their high ground.
And now it's level 2 egg. They couldn't address even level 1 egg. I mean, they've only been 1 egg, but... Final set. They can go down toward bottom, or they can look for the Roche if they want to feel super safe on the side of Xtreme. They've got options. BKB done for Storm. PARIVISION has hit their one and maybe only timing in this game that they're going to get. Let's see what they can do. Because this Morphling is gigantic. And the Roche is already dead.
Yeah, is there any sort of item that they're close to that they're trying to get, you know, sort of scrape together before this push comes in?
No, I think they can go. All right, for PARIVISION,
are they close to anything that's going to sort of change the outcome of some of these plays?
I mean, they got the 2 items that they were waiting for, right? They got the double BKBs, but their damage is just not really there at this point, at this deficit. They're a bit more survivable, but yeah, this next fight could be the last. And XG, now with an Aegis as well on Ame, he can play very aggressive with his first life. They've got BKB on XM. They've got everything they need on XG to close this one out if they'd like to. Chrysalis. There's a shield rune on the Razor too.
I mean, they're just none of them want to go in on this.
No, they're not going to fall. Well, XG is not going to fall for walking up toward the high ground and getting caught. They're just going to push naturally. PARIVISION's looking for a flank.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
The support positioning. It's very solid. Continuing to go for the wraparound.
Big wraparound. They're going to try and jump Tianming, but he's able to dive away. And now PYW is actually going to make the jump back over towards the Storm. They've got the control under no one. He's gone. 9 class is dead as well.
He doesn't even get BKB off. That's how quick they are to react. And Paulus also.
They're ready to run down the Enchantress. Find a 3rd kill.
Now, this game's done. I mean, this game's been done. It feels like PARIVISION attempted to go for their first play there, and they can't even get the BKB off onto no one. Their reaction speed, too, from XG is just quick. Instant dive from Tianming. Instant blink stun. They call it.
Wow. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Xtreme Gaming, the team at the bottom of the group, just stomped the team at the top of the group in 23 minutes. And with a lineup that you were coming through, XG closing up their draft with this Oracle Weaver.
Hell yeah.
So, I mean, indeed, the panel was saying, and indeed behind the scenes as well, people have been asking for these heroes. We're getting them here. Do you agree? Is the panel right? Is this a good time for them? Or were they getting a little ahead of themselves and PARIVISION might be back to business?
On paper, it looks phenomenal. There's literally 0 stuns. Yes, itemization can come out, perhaps an Atos at some point, but who's going to build it? Maybe, I don't know, right? They don't really have a hero to build it. Batrider doesn't want to, Pugna doesn't either. So their disables are just going to have to come naturally from a Pango, or they go Orchid on the Razor, as no one getting gone on immediately.
He's dead.
He is dead.
First blood. Here for Tianming. PYW will die in return.
They might lose 2 XXS. He's got 5 stick charges. He'll save them for the lane.
You get another one.
Tianming.
That's a little too deep. So, first blood for Xtreme, but PARIVISION get 2 quick kills after.
Yep, who got the last of it was Tianming, right? So the Oracle, who dominated last game as this Phoenix, is going to be able to get this good start in. There's a Dream stick lane playing versus Bristol and Batrider after he gets the points, of course, into the sticky napalm. And this time around, Crystal is going to be playing his Razor, his most comfortable hero. So he's playing that ranged hero versus the Sand King Tusk matchup. I think that's actually what was catching him mostly off guard, is that they were able to kill him, because how much damage they were able to do when he ended up walking up under the creep wave. This one, he should be better in the laning phase. But yeah, talking about the Weaver and Oracle, there's like no stun for Weaver, and Oracle overall has been a traditional counter pick versus the Batrider in a lot of different games. And yeah, I've been wanting to just see this hero in particular because I think just that some things are unexplored. Yeah, your lane can be a bit weak, but if you can get out of the lane, this hero does have some pretty good tools in this current meta to save. And then we can talk about the innate. You know, on top of being able to get the saves in particular versus the lasso, or get the Fate's Edict to block out a significant amount of damage, he can constantly tell his team where the power rune's going to be.
No,
and someone like Storm,
very good for a Storm, yeah.
It's literally probably it's the Spirits, right? Storm and Earth Spirit are probably the 2 best rune users that we've seen as of late. And the lanes look look good from the side of XG again. On the side of PARIVISION, though, it's not like they don't have a very strong draft either. It's just the lack of disables could become apparent versus the Weaver Storm lineup, right? So we'll see how they can execute in terms of just the strength of these heroes in particular, since the 3 cores, super popular. They thrive on each other. One of them, they provide minus armor pretty much across the board from all 3, thriving off physical damage, and the 2 supports are strong supports. It's just, will they be able to catch heroes at some point? We shall see.
Yeah, I guess their sort of approach will be just getting to the point where when XG fight into them, they can just have that sort of 5-man presence and quite a lot of beef, right, between their 3 cores. With this Pango, Bristol, and Razor that can just kind of just charge into the middle of the fight. And sure, they might not be able to get the lockdown on XG, but if XG's going to have, XG's going to have to do something in response, and they're going to have to get close and personal themselves,
yeah,
which could put them in danger.
Definitely. Crystal's actually suffering a bit on the terms of last hits right now. He's got quite a bit of waves coming into him, but only had 6 at the moment here. And as far as that, I mean, this Tusk Sand King lane just feels like it does have kill threat onto almost anything. Even though it is a Razor that gets to play from more of a distance, and they have the Pugna to get the decrep versus the tag team if he wants to hold the point. He has been slowed down right now. DM is going to take a ton of damage.
If I'm able to finish him off,
he should be able to.
They'll get the kill.
I know Lacoste is probably so happy seeing the Weaver. He was already mentioning it on the panel. I think he said it like multiple different games, but absolutely can see the reason why they want to go for it here. Actually can have some pretty good benefits as well in mid-game from the Storm Shard too. Geminate attack plus Storm Shard, it's a pretty insane amount of damage. I'm curious to see what build he goes down, if it's just going to be a standard Weaver build, or if he's going to do anything kind of weird. Probably just standard. But there could maybe, I mean, it's Ame, so he probably won't, but I was thinking maybe you can think about a Diffusal Blade if he wants to, but he probably just wants more damage.
Amazing what you'll find laying around.
That's mid lane.
Very good for
have Xtreme have the edge on this. And he will be able to set up for the water. They look top, actually. No one. He's looking to sort of just hold PYW back, just making sure that he can still bottle his.
I feel like Xtreme's in a position to win at least 2 of these lanes. The top lane maybe can have a bit of a back and forth, but yeah, 2 of these lanes should go super well for them. And Ame's going to absolutely free farm down here, as we see. Just thrives off of the stick charges. There's no lockdown to disable him. The only way he dies is if he literally just outplays himself.
And just, and indeed sort of just fights into the damage of these Quill Sprays stacking up, or the AoE coming out, being pumped out by the Razor and the Pango. Definitely going for last game's performance. Played very sensibly. Didn't die at all on his Morphling.
He played perfect, and now the movement's already coming out. Looks like they're going to bring the Tusk bottom to perhaps go for a kill onto DM again.
Can certainly try with the bugs.
The bugs plus the tag team plus double hit.
It's going to be building up the minus armor and the damage on top of it all. That's DM gone again.
They are doing it. This laning phase, it's super good, especially with an Oracle. This is what the one thing about this hero that can suffer in a lot of games is the laning phase, and it's just not happening this time around. So setting up the Oracle for success on top of the Weaver, who Ame just feels like he's going to have no pressure this game versus the 0 stuns. We'll have to see what adaptations there's going to be in terms of itemization from the side of PARIVISION, since we did see Xtreme do itemization adaptation in the last game when they were limited in stuns, so we shall see. But yeah, a phenomenal start for them. And it's not just the Weaver, right? It's XM. It's the Storm Spirit as well, too.
Yeah, it's across the board, really.
Even tanking, too.
Yeah.
He can be a bit of an elusive hero in time, so.
They're slippery.
Dyer's
And
So
Power
even if
Rune-
one of them slips up, probably unlikely that all three of them slip up in a
Yep.
fight and get caught.
And the Power
Or
Rune,
dies for damage.
it should be, what, is it top? I can check, right? I can use it as well.
If he's in team.
Can I click it? I actually don't know if you can click it as an observer. Tianming,
But what did you want to click?
just the rune, where they know exactly what it is. It's top, they know, as you see them sitting around the top. Tianming will die, and they'll be sitting around top, so they'll be get that invis for XM.
I thought it appears in the chat, in team chat.
If you click it, they need to click it. You know what I mean? Have you never played with an Oracle on your team, Owen?
It just comes up with a team chat.
Yeah, but they have to click on top of the Oracle thingy. They click this, and it shows. You've
I
never
thought it
played
just
with-
goes automatically in the chat.
What, you just think it says it randomly?
No, like just before the rune's coming up.
No, he has
Like
to,
in a period, but I didn't know the oracles have been clicking it.
Yeah.
I thought it just
Look, alt
passively
click
gets
to
put in the chat.
broadcast the message. It literally says it.
I don't even know what a prognosticate is. That's not even a word.
Well, either way, we're going to watch how they're positioning, so they'll always be set up for it, as they do get the Invis rune, and they're invading stacks. So this Bristleback, who's already having a tough lane, they're going to take away the entire hard camp. They have to contest this. No one, he's got Rolling Thunder.
Dyer are scanned.
They'll snag 3 of the creeps.
He's going to look for PYW. Is there any sort of chance of saving the Tusk? He'll get the snowball off, and he will die.
XM considering jumping.
Still hanging around. I mean,
Owen, they took the Wisdoms.
Wame able to sneak in and grab it.
Dude, XG is making, where is this XG every single game? They're making an aggressive deep diving move into the triangle while making that move. So they force reaction for them to go help.
And they might kill no
And
one.
then Ame just goes and takes the rune.
Because
Yeah,
Xtreme sets up with the invis. They have
in trouble.
TP backup coming in from PYW. He'll get the shield crash off, but it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. They nuke through him. 9 class are TP'd in. He's
dead
probably going
too.
to die as well.
Where is he? He is. All right, they're breaking PARIVISION right now. 5-4.
Yeah, the team, apparently top of the group. And they are struggling.
Just beautiful macro moves. And let's see where that next power rune is. I'm going to try clicking it. I'm going to try again.
They're trying to alt-click.
It doesn't work for me. Trying.
I think our ops was trying as well.
Yeah, I've been trying to spam it. It doesn't work. It's top. He's pinging it. He's like, team, don't go bottom. We know where it is. And they'll be able to get another one for XM, continuing to get enabled. And a very good start for the Oracle. Another thing about the hero that can suffer sometimes is getting off to a start where you actually have mana to be able to use your abilities constantly. He's got Arcane Boots, so he can actually run around with the team, get involved, and keep pumping up the Storm Spirit as well. XM with this haste rune is looking for Crystallis. Whoop.
Radiant are scanning.
Able to sneak himself away. Only
That was very close, actually.
So other thing about the Weaver too is
Yeah.
very good versus Razor. Good luck getting a link on him, right? Especially if you don't have the stuns to be able to hold him in position. He can play around it pretty much perfectly whenever he wants to with that Shikuchi. So 30 damage drained, but he's able to bail himself out of this. A 2K lead now for the side of Xtreme. Getting pressure onto this top tower.
I mean, they're going to get this top tower probably quicker than they lose the bottom one. I mean, is there any chance they try
They
and
could contest.
come for the defense bottom?
If Sand King wants to, in particular. Ame, he's going to start working on slowing it down.
It's 4 heroes.
Let's see what choice they look to make. They're bringing the Oracle.
And PARIVISION can't stick around and push it. They have 4. I think they actually have 5 heroes down in this
They did.
jungle. They're not able to get the tier 1 tower trade.
The Diffusal Blade, PYW, might get caught on his own. Looks like he is.
So they get something, PARIVISION.
They'll
They
get
lose a tower. They don't get a tower.
They're trying to give it a no one.
And they only get the support kill.
They'll get blasted.
So these sort of moments still very much on the up for Xtreme.
Again, just very good macro play. XM playing around mid with XXS. Get the jump.
For the setup. XXS will go with the Burrow Strike, won't commit with the Epi though.
Not with the Pugna behind, and no
Rolling
one now.
Thunder is there. Go for XXS. They'll get the Sand King.
An over-aggressive move gets punished. XM knows where the rune is. But he gets himself an amp damage. He's gonna
Great for a kill.
go onto 9 class immediately.
Immediately makes the jump to Carlis. A little bit of safety with the Decrepify. They're able to
Dispelled.
take it down, and XM finishes off the kill.
He's got wand charges, he can back away. should be just fine here. Going for the Pugna, difficult. That's the counter pick, of course, versus that Storm Spirit. So that Pugna ward in particular makes you very safe to be able to sit behind.
Thank you.
But again, a 9 class, this must be one of his roughest series. He's having no impact whatsoever, and they took his Wisdom Rune, so he's literally a level 4 battle.
The Ancient stacks are still there.
They are. And they don't really take them at the best fashion on the side of Xtreme unless they bring the Sanking over. But he is here.
Then get the Weaver over with the bugs. That can help out a bit.
This could be a huge team.
I mean, no one's just walked into them. He walks up to the high ground, straight into a vortex, and he's dead.
And now they're going to be able to perhaps set up for the steal because that Pango has been pushed away. This is a humongous stack. What is this, a 6 stack? It is. A 9 class cannot let them steal this. That's his recovery in the game, too.
I mean, they can at least hover around some of the XP.
They got to bring the Razor. They bring everyone.
But there's an epicenter already. He can't TP into this.
They're going to get this stack.
He has to cancel the TP.
Oh, XSS is getting all of it.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, they're going to get some kills as well by the looks of it. Takalis found the trees. Xtreme's going to jump over towards 9 class. 9 class.
Again going down.
He's dead. The salve won't save him.
He loses the whole stack as well.
No one. He's trying to find the Oracle, but the Oracle, he's too tanky.
They will get XM. He goes a bit too far.
Success now gets off the epicenter. He's going to get saved as well with a false promise. They're killing them off here, PARIVISION. So Xtreme will lose lives. And lose 4 of them.
That's
quite a few of them.
Pretty good recovery. So they lose their stack.
Yeah, but you get 4 kills like that.
Yeah.
So at the end of it all, doesn't really work out for X.
No, definitely not. They get huge advantage off of that one. Persistent. I mean, they really wanted to shut down 9 class again, except just wanting to bully him in particular. But yeah, ends up not being fully worth it there. As yeah, Bat's shut down, but you've gotten the Razor and the Pango now into a very comfortable spot. The Bristle in the Bats game now is quite miserable because of those stacks being stolen, but yeah, persisting a little bit too far forward there. And Ame, he is just going to go damage route. He's going to go the Desolator build. And immediately Xtreme, they're going to smoke. I believe XXS, after he's stealing the stack, he had 1,200 gold before the fight started. He buys a whole Blink Dagger. So they're not slowing down. XG's still looking to set tempo. And they did see no one. They still had that high ground ward. Can no one play himself out of this one?
They did use the Burrow Strike and the Vortex at the same time.
Did stack them. And Lucalis is here for the save. PARIVISION could look to strike back now that they're grouped up here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And as we see, they may not have the craziest form of lockdown, but when they're grouped up as 5, that's when PARIVISION is strong.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
PARIVISION, they won't do anything about this.
They've got Rolling Thunder. No one wants to rotate over. He is starting to swing. Starting to get recoveries there for the Bat and the Bristle too. They will be able to farm that the Ancient stack that was on the far right side. Tower, Crystals will show up to defend. And they've got no one here, so they can hang on to this one. They slowed down that momentum. It was looking pretty scary for a moment with the way that XG was just dominating their movements. Again, though, 9 class, he'll bait them.
There we go, Crystallis. Farame is able to get the Shikuchi off. And PYW will be the one to fall, but at least the space is given for Farame to escape. DM starting to hold off a push that they were trying to get done on the mid. We'll be able to force them off the tower.
PARIVISION's made a huge recovery now after these last few moves. Back up to 11 kills, able to secure themselves good XP that they were lacking.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, that whole sort of play around the Ancients just didn't end up working out for Xtreme.
Nah, too deep forward. They will be able to steal the Wisdom again, though. XXS is able to walk himself in there. But yeah, it jumped to, what, a 4K lead for a moment there, and then, yeah, they lost literally all their heroes, so PARIVISION. We're back to an even game. I'm checking itemization if there is any adaptations that are coming out for disables. It's not. So it's very difficult. It's just difficult for them to really do so because they have Bat. Bat needs to go Blink. Pugna needs to go for more defensive routes. Razor needs to go for BKB. Bristle has to go Ags into the Shard. They just don't have a hero that can really go for that adapted item build. So when they're grouped up, we see that they can still take fights to be able to bring down some of these more elusive heroes. But Ame in particular, yet to die. And now he's got the Deso. His damage has ramped up massively.
Yeah, very good timing on top of that Dragon Lance and Treads.
He is playing into the Pugna, so that's one thing that will always trip him up in a lot of situations if he doesn't get on top of Ducalis with that Decrepify. But he can kill heroes in just a couple of hits if they're not careful.
Can he go?
He's showing top. 9 class has lasso.
So he gets the chance to. He will. Not back into the lasso.
They got him.
He's got to be careful, Ame.
They had the sentry already preemptively placed. 9 class was very ready for that movement. That's literally all they're disabled. That's exactly how they have to do it pretty much every time versus him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Xtreme, the rest of them. Seeing if they get anyone over towards the mid. PARIVISION are heading over.
Dire's middle tower is
Hey,
under
they keep
attack.
camping for these runes, but he just knows where they are, so they're always set up for it. XM will be able to get himself another regen. Crystallis now has the BKB. Easier access to join these fights. Quite a bit tankier than before. Bottom. They're making the big jump.
They're going to try and burst through the Bristol back. Look for DM. They'll get him before the TPs come in. Crystallis turn towards XXS. XXS going to opt for the TP out. There's nothing to put a stop to it. Same to be said for PYW's escape. As the both of them get away.
XM. He's got regen running.
Got mana to play with.
He's good.
They get the kill. They get out.
Yep. That must have been like them. We can dive. There's no stuns. Lasso and Rolling Thunder were used. There's no way for them to stop us. It's XM continuing to threaten here. This regen's still running. Looking to go for an aggressive play.
So what can do? No one does have backup. And the wall's been dropped down. They close the gap in on towards him. Ducalis down and heal him up with the life drain. Nice, but burst it too high. XXS him with a Burrow Strike. Ducalis healing back up there after the Nether Ward. And XXS is pretty deep. Tiame is getting dealt with by DMs. Charming has to false promise himself. So it means that XXS is likely to be left a little vulnerable as they'll slowly chase him down and get the Sand King killed.
You can see XG, they're trying to push forward for these moves because they know how limited the disables are, but sometimes pushing just a little bit too far. They will be able to get no one, but they do lose XXS for it. And Lasso and Rolling Thunder are at the ready. 9 class, it's going to be one of the slower blinks to come out from the Bat Rider because of how much attention they put onto him. But we'll eventually get it. And Crystallis, he's going to go for an earlier shard. So it may not be a stun, but it can be a way to prevent them, to, like at least a Weaver in a way to get away.
A little bit of a pullback,
Just a little bit. Something.
Can make the difference, especially if he's trying to, if he's Shikuchi'd in and he's just that bit of a moment before the Shikuchi's back up that he's trying to walk away from you.
I can dig it. 9 class, quick lasso. Do they have follow-up though?
They tried with the Rolling Thunder, but yeah, no one holds back. Wouldn't have been able to get it off soon enough.
And Tommy actually gets the deny. I don't know how the hell he got that one as an Oracle, but he was able to sneak up and get that one versus the Bristleback. And Ame, he's died the once. Let's see if they can get him again. Now that there's no lasso, it's really just that Rolling Thunder to get the lockdown, so unlikely in these next few moments unless he overplays his hand again.
He's going to try hanging around this area a little longer.
He does have the ward to be able to scout. Quite a bit of heroes on the side of PARIVISION coming over.
Drop the dust down onto him, DM. And Restar swinging over from the side.
That's an enthusiastic attempt as his team is connecting. Crystallis could be in trouble if they get the first stun. He gets the BKB.
He's going to get the static link off. Arme's going to go for Ducalis on the backlines. Gets the Decrepify in place, so Ducalis is fine for now.
BKB's wearing off.
He's going to swing back over and look to help them finish off Crystallis, as Crystallis will fall.
Gets a trade kill. Quick BKB that came out from him. Would have died instantly if he didn't get it off. And my goodness, I saw the damage. Did you see that from the Deso plus the
It's a
Storm
lot,
Star?
yeah, that the Pugna was lucky to live.
Dies.
And they can go for the Roche now with this Deso build on Weaver.
They sure can. It's going to die very fast, and no way for them to make the fight happen up there without their Razor.
A couple of them starting to head in the direction of Roshan, but
Yeah, they kill too fast, yeah.
they can't get it soon. Oh, it is. Take a little bit of walk outside the base there to beat that final bug. That was outside of the pit, but they'll still get him.
That was a weird move. Was he disarmed, and then he just walked out because of it? I think he was.
Yeah, I guess so, and it's sort of aggroed by the Sandstorm damage just like.
Oop, no one. Looking for trade kills because they lose that rush. Ame does use time lapse.
I got false promise here. No way to get out of this one. Tianming will get left behind.
Ame continuing to just run away. 9 class, he has Blink, but it is on cooldown. Won't be able to catch the weak. And XM finds himself another rune. Regen grabbed.
Radiant's top tower is under
XG.
attack.
What's the game plan now with the Aegis, do you think?
I think they're just going to keep looking to fight, Owen.
Yeah. It's a big jump top. Big sip as well. Back up there. There isn't any in time. They just can 100-0 DM pretty easily now.
And no one does not have ulti available. He's in a dangerous spot.
And they got this regen rune going on XM, so he's still got plenty of mana to play with. The Netherward does get dropped down by Ducalis, though. I'll stop them from fighting into this. The PARIVISION will manage to get the other 3 out.
This Pugna is still being very pesky. If they have the information of him, XXS can go for him in a lot of these situations with the Blink stun. But he is very annoying. They're going to instant smoke again, though. They've got Epi at the ready. They've got all full resources. No false promise for 50 seconds. But wanting to use this Aegis, they want to just play super aggressive. No one is the prime candidate that they want to go for in a lot of these first initiations. But Ducalis is in position to help him. He'll get the fill up of his bottle, and I believe his Blink Dagger has just arrived. Ame in position, bugs on everyone.
Immediate grab Python from Ducalis to try and protect him.
Big Epi.
In with the power Epi straight into the 3 of them. Ducalis, he's healing up though. They couldn't quite burst the Pugna, and he'll survive.
Ducalis
is also able to Firefly out of the side. Ame, he can't even finish him off as the Blink's up. 9 class lives. Ame has to time lapse and try and run back under the tower. It looked to be a great jump. They get in.
This pesky Pugna.
They couldn't kill the supports, and indeed Ducalis in particular. He's just able to stand there and survive.
And that's their Aegis uses. Now Tianming also likely to get ran down. PARIVISION, the group up. Their team fight when they're together. They may lack some disables, but they are very strong when they have this Pugna behind.
This really was always going to be the sort of problem. When it came to XG just fighting into them, doesn't matter how much mobility you've got, they'll turn towards DM. They will get DM.
XM, he actually dies to
Not
the
able to
burst.
zip away. And PYW, he has got a TP. That's one thing that will still work against their lineup getting away. But losing XM,
Big
losing Ame.
I mean, XM in particular, that was a big slip up. Should have been able to play out of that one, but just gets caught from the burst damage. This game's wild. 13-19, 32 kills in 22 minutes. Both teams just matching the aggression.
Yeah, no one getting incredibly farmed.
Yes. He's starting to be a pretty big problem for them to deal with. Just always able to get healed.
Yeah.
Because
It's the Pugna.
It's the Pugna.
This Pugna.
He hasn't died, Owen.
He hasn't died.
They need to catch
1-0-14.
I mean, they did catch him in that last fight. That's the crazy
And they've got... This is the thing as well. You look at the lineup that XG have. You feel like this Pugna should be in danger, right? They've got the jump. They've got ways to find him. But to Carlos, he's been dealing with it.
XXS, they've got the lasso.
And he's completely alone here, XXS.
Starting to get themselves very good team fights together. And Ducalis, I mean, small things to point out, of course, but he's got Glimmer now, but also picks up Pupil's Gift.
Yep.
So he's even tankier on that 1400 HP, and this is before he even has his 15 talent, which is the big one for Pugnas when you get that XP, the HP bonus.
Somebody's got to jump him.
They need to find him.
They need to double. I mean, last time they did, they got the Epi on top of him.
They need to just full commit onto him with both him and the Storm Spirit. It feels like. This Ducalis is just proving to be a massive nuisance. This Skelly boy, the first pick of the draft.
Tower is under attack.
In a lot of these games.
XM. Not going to go for him. They've got their eyes on XM.
No one's on the high ground. He's got the roll.
Dire's top tower is
Once
under
it gets
attack.
XG.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's looking out to be a very exciting game, though.
For the big damage armor.
Is he going Daedalus? Okay, he is. I thought he might go Nullifier.
I think he'll get that next.
He'll get that next time.
Actually, no, he might get Lincolns. He likes his Lincolns.
He does like his Lincolns.
This game, unironically, would not be bad, bro.
No,
because it's the lasso that's
lasso
catching
and Link.
him. You know, yeah.
He might just get caught here, though.
With the second bounce to Running Thunder, and another bounce into the lasso.
That's
gone.
3 deaths now for him.
I mean, he might unqueue up the complete Daedalus and just queue up the Lincolns.
I think he might.
This is the... If he doesn't buy Lincolns this game, I'm going to be pretty confused.
Me too.
Yeah.
Beautiful fights from PARIVISION, though, as we've seen. Now getting themselves potentially a tower bottom, too. They've got the Sticky Napalm plus Arsonist. He's getting that push going. And Ducalis is keeping Crystallis at full HP. And his tower, it drops.
Gone.
Radiant structures are fortified.
There we go, he's queued it up.
What, the Lincolns?
Yeah. I think he even buys it before finishing the Davis.
Definitely a possibility.
Yep.
Especially after those last few deaths where he just gets caught. Now these last few fights, we've seen PARIVISION, even though they're actually the ones getting jumped first, they're able to get beautiful reactions. And yeah, like 90% of it because of this Pugna. Well, not 90, but we'll say 50% because of the Pugna and 50% because of this Pango. How many problems they've actually been able to cause. And Crystallis on his very comfortable Razor, 6-1 and 8 too. So he's having a pretty damn good performance on his. Will we call it his best hero or his second best? I'll say second best because his Monkey King's his best.
Yeah, I mean, especially in this patch as well. Just the fact that the Monkey King is just the better hero in this patch.
Yeah.
That's an illusion.
It's illusion bait, and they use a punch as well.
They're going to try and fight this. I mean, DM's able to turn his back. Arme's in trouble. That's the time. That's the beginning of the fight.
They found the Oracle.
Not able to get the false promise. Not to get the grab onto Arme. Arme's got one more Shikuchi, but he's still caught. They'll jump in now with the Burrow Strike of the Epi. Looking towards Crystallis. They'll manage to burst through the Razor.
But XXS is stuck here.
And PARIVISION can continue the cleanup. XXS is dead. XG, they have to bail out with XM. PYW.
In this game.
He might not. Well, he's pretty speedy, actually. No one's pretty low on the map.
Oh, blink.
He might just be all right. He has no TP, though.
He does not.
So he can just run around the map a little bit.
Might get caught under a ward at some point. We shall see. The amount of damage, honestly, on both sides, the burst that's coming out is crazy. Between Tag Team plus Storm Shard, heroes die in a fraction of seconds. But then on the flip side, from PARIVISION, there's the Bristleback insane damage and just so much minus armor as they will be able to find PYW here. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing in a lot of these fights. It's just the goo plus the lucky shot plus the Razor's minus armor. Like, people are just getting shredded. Just a couple of seconds. Up to a 4K lead. Again, another super successful fight. These 5v5 team fights just are not working out for Xtreme.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. PARIVISION now at a point where, yeah, you fight into them, you're going to lose heroes.
And again, they just have yet to kill Ducalis. And now 9class, after having a bit of a rough start in the game, he's got the items that he needs. He's got his Blink, he's got his Force Staff, and if he finds the Oracle at the start of the fights, there's no save. Then it's really difficult for Ame to survive as we've seen. Even if there's some limited lockdown, we're seeing the downfall a bit of the Weaver. Greater Healing Lotus now passed over to Crystallis as well, so 2,500 HP plus that 900 surge as well. Quite a bit. Might not be able to burst him before he gets his stuff off this next time.
Illusion.
And a cool approach from No One. I like this that he's doing this. We see a couple different builds on these Pangos, but since he's playing versus the Weaver, he's going AC. The jump, 9class, we'll get caught.
Kill, but now here comes the backup. PARIVISION ready to fight back and respond. They look towards XXS. He's going to go down. Now they'll turn over towards XM. XM's got the BKB off in time, though. Still taking a heavy lot of physical damage. He has to zip away. He cannot stand in the middle of the fight. He has to back off. DM chases Tianming up to the high ground. Jump back forward for No One once again. XM, he's out of mana now. Tianming, he will actually manage to TP back to the fountain.
What? Can't believe he survives.
Arme
trying to toy with them.
Should be okay. Still has time lapse if he feels under any sort of further threat. He won't, but the tower's gone. PARIVISION once again taking these team fights.
And XXS is just dying before he can get anything else off. He just goes for the blink stun and just immediately gets shredded from the absurd amount of minus armor and damage they've got in their draft. Yeah. And now, as we said, the AC for No One also finished up. Even more minus armor that's going to be distributed. Heroes just pop so quickly. You can see even XM, he jumps in and he's like, oh my goodness, like, I have a BKB, I may not be able to get stunned, but I'm just dying to the straight physical damage.
Check this out again, indeed.
Look at XXS. Like,
I mean, he's just sort of getting dragged back into the fight as well by this pullback with the link.
Yeah. I like the crystals. I really like that he went for this build. And Ducalis in all these fights, he's full HP. This Pugna's just can't be addressed.
He's still not died.
Nope. He gets his Pugna ward down, and I see the Storm. I see XM try to go for him, but that's the Pugna versus Storm matchup. That Pugna just kind of counters the Storm, because you can't go for him if that Nether ward is down. He just full heal.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Ame, I can't blame him. He feels like he needs to go more damage. He can't go for the survivability route. He is going the straight Daedalus.
Yeah, he was flip-flopping between the two because he had the finishing the Daedalus into the Lincolns queued up. And then he had... No, I want the Lincolns queued up. And then he had the Lincolns into the BKB queued up. And now he's gone, yeah, scratch that. I'm all out damage. We have to, you know, sort of take the risk of going for the high DPS, especially to just say how tanky these heroes will be. Not only the AC picked up by no one, but also with Chrysalis, he's found himself a Craggy Cut.
He did.
So it's a lot of armor on these heroes.
No one also grabbed the Craggy Cut before the fight. And also, looking at Ducalis, after the last fight, he hit 15. So I was mentioning the talent in particular for the Pugna, on top of having Pupil's Gift. Now it's an 1880 Pugna with 52% magic resist and an AC aura. So he's magically tanky and physically tanky. As to the high ground PARIVISION goes, they've got Aegis.
Here we go, full Daedalus on armor.
Let's see what he can do as this Weaver.
Let's see how impactful the damage does feel into the fact that PARIVISION do have such high armor and protections. Success. Just a little bit of something, but DM's able to turn his back. XXS
almost just dies.
False Promises there just in time, so he'll get back to the fountain and heal up. Pushing them back though, and it's giving them the space to get this push going. They can drag back. Laslo's there on a PYW, have the chance to snowball. And Arme's starting to push forward to help him out. He gets the blink away, PYW. Let's see if they've got any further jump.
Nice Manta.
Still have 3 minutes of this Aegis on Chrysalis.
Every time Pugna wards down, it feels like there's no way to fight. XG just cannot fight into this pesky little spot.
Out they go. It's been hit by the scan though, so PARIVISION know this is coming.
And the ward's already down. That nether ward's on the high ground for 20 more seconds. Trying to fight around it, but PARIVISION, they're very prepared for this move. And the Rex, they might just swing back over.
They could just go straight back for the push and force them to get back to base. I think they do all have TPs right on XG.
They do, but there's an Aegis, and this Rex is going to drop quickly to the blast.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to defend this top Rex, so this one, they're just going to be able to get it.
Now they're going to TP over, but that's a free Rex PARIVISION's able to just sneak in with. Beautiful teamfight execution, and Nether Ward, they can keep pushing. They can just plop the Nether Ward down and keep going.
Yeah, they don't have to leave anytime soon.
How do you stop this? 5k lead, but it feels like more because of this pesky Pugna. These tanky frontliners.
And it really is sort of the... This is the thing, when you have this mobility, these slippery heroes, that sort of factor of them doesn't matter when you're getting your base pushed down.
Yeah, when they're grouped up as 5 and you just don't really have the damage to go through these tanky guys.
You can't run. You have to do something if you want to push them back.
And Christos now has the Satanic as well on top of everything. So even tankier. Ducalis is definitely my MVP so far this game. 3-0-19, I just cannot believe he has yet to die.
Yeah, again, especially against this sort of lineup.
Yeah.
That absolutely, on paper, have ways to find him. What do you do? It's there. They're able to get the grab straight away. If they've got any follow-up lockdown, they're able to burst him before he can get anything off. Arme's dead. XM, he'll have to zip all the way back to the fountain as they lose Arme, plus the 2 supports.
And they throw out the tip, too. They didn't even need a secondary stun. They just needed a last stun, needed. And they've got the burst.
Buybacks are coming out.
They're needed.
It's looking pretty rough here for XG.
The jump.
Grab for the defensive Crepify, thrown down by Ducalis. He's ready to start healing DM up as well. And they're still holding off on the buyback. PYW.
He needs to buy back.
Here comes the buyback from Arme. They're going to lose PYW. XM tries for the zip over towards 9 class, but again, the Decrepify's there for Ducalis. He's healing him up. They've taken out the tier 3. XXS coming in with the Burrow Strike. They didn't manage to pump up the Epi yet. Now they're going to get jumped by no one.
My!
Slides in, cleans up XM and Tian Ming. The false promise is there on XXS, giving him a little bit of protection. But as it comes to an end, he surely will die. 4 gone, only Arme left, but it's over. GG is called. PARIVISION will take game 3, and with that, the series, it will be theirs. 2-1 today against Xtreme Fog.
PARIVISION showing that their team fight just too strong. Yep, maybe lacking some control, doesn't